Okay, we're back, America. We figured it out, sort of.
You should watch it.
The good news is, even when the mic's off, we're three fucking loudmouths, so you can still actually hear us pretty good.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. You know, this is the beauty of being Italian.
You're lucky. You got the loudest mouth of the bunch.
According to my creep, I'm the loudest human beings ever met.
Yeah, when you listen to it back, his voice always comes through stronger.
That's 22 years of coaching boys and girls in a gym.
Yeah.
He
knows how to project.
You got to project because you got to get over the bouncing balls and everybody talking, all this other shit.
I've never been a good projector.
Yeah.
I always strain my vocal cords too much, and it cuts out my...
It takes years of practice.
Yeah.
It does. So anyway, 22 of them to be exact. Anyway, we're back. Segment 3. We were talking about the NFL preseason. We were breaking down the divisions. What was tougher? What was this? Who was that? I think we know who the doormat divisions are. And I was saying AFC East, NFC East were the top two divisions. I think the AFC is slightly better because of Washington. And then we get into the whole Eric Bieniemy thing where he might be in over his head. I don't know. Not from an X's and O's standpoint, but maybe from a coaching standpoint. I don't know. Yeah. But when a man's talking about himself in the third person...
big yikes.
Yeah. And again, it's possible because he got blindsided by his coach, who did him no favors. Okay. Maybe he didn't know how to react. I don't know. I don't know the guy. So.
And here's the fucked up thing about it is, it's like, if Rivera's just looking for a fall guy, that's really fucked up.
Why would he do that though?
But that's why I can't understand why he would have said this to the reporters.
My thing is this. They missed the playoffs by one game last year, and their offense was their problem. They went and got one of the best coordinators on paper in the league. You'd think he'd welcome them with open arms.
And hang on, you forgot. He switched Taylor Heineke out and put Carson Wentz in when they were still in the running for the playoffs. And when a reporter asked him about it, he didn't realize they were still in the fucking running.
I thought that was fireable.
That was fireable right there. And I understand letting him finish the season.
Did Ron Rivera play for the Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
He's pretty good.
I think I remember as a kid opening up those football card packs, and every time you get a Ron Rivera...
Actually, I think he was on the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
I think he was on the 85 Bears.
But not because you didn't want Ron Rivera.
I think he was.
Not because you didn't want Ron Rivera, but there's other players you wanted. Right.
I mean,
who the fuck is Ron Rivera?
It wasn't Singletary.
Yeah, give me Jerry Rice.
Nobody was those eyes. Singletary's eyes, those crazy eyes.
Yeah, he was
a nut job.
Sorry, Ron.
All those linebackers are nut jobs. But anyway,
I didn't want your card.
So, there's turmoil in Washington.
There really is.
There's a lot of turmoil in Washington.
For him to say that means there must be a lot.
Something's not right.
Well, a lot of stuff is going weird. They're thinking about changing name back.
There's a petition to get the rest.
Well, that's only because the new owners bought them.
Yeah.
No, I know, but they're saying, hey, like it's a slur, and they're still like, oh, we want to use the name.
Well, they interviewed the guy whose head was
what the hell?
It was an honor. He didn't want him to change it. The guy whose face they used, he's like 80-something years old. They interviewed him. He's like, I was an honor for them to ask me to use my call the Redskins.
I'm just saying,
well, if that guy's not offended, why is everybody else getting offended? Wouldn't he be the one you'd talk to?
Well, he's one person.
Yeah.
It's his face.
But it's not. It's a name.
But it represents a whole people.
Yeah. Well, he's one of them.
I'm not saying you're wrong. You could. I've never polled all.
But why would he not have a problem with it and the rest of his tribe would?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying people are different. So something you're okay with. If you're okay with something, it doesn't mean the whole white race is.
No, I know that, but
that's all I'm saying.
But
it could be an honor to many native people.
So no offense, but you're both Italian. You know, right?
Who's offended?
No, wait. No, I'm saying, like, if I call him...
What you trying to say?
Like a name, like a Guinea or something, right?
Dago, Wop.
Yes, a horrible name, awful name, right? He may be offended. You might not be offended, but most people would be offended.
I wouldn't be offended. If you, my friend...
No, I'm not saying you would. I'm saying, like, you get two separate people. Right. One might be, one might not be. Yeah. But if you get the whole group of people... Overall, they would be offended by it.
Well, you don't know that, though.
I don't know that.
It could be 50-50. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is.
Well, come on. I mean, is that what you... I wouldn't want to be called that.
No, either would I. No, I'm not arguing for that.
Yeah, what the hell?
All I'm saying is,
I've been called that
when people bring up the fact that, like... it goes through all races. Yeah, sure. There are certain people that are like, no, I'm not offended by being called...
Yeah, I mean...
This name... And I'm not talking about a slur. I'm talking about, like...
Well, this is a slur.
Yeah.
I understand. But, like, okay, so there are some people, right, like I've talked to black people before that are like, don't call me African American, call me black, I'm black.
Okay.
Right? And then I've talked to others that are like, I'm African American, I'm not black. My skin is not black, is it? Right? So it's like, you have both sides of that spectrum.
But we're not talking about calling somebody black or African American.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying there are different people within each group that have different opinions. I'm saying there could be a lot of Native people that wouldn't care. I don't know.
When they got rid of the name, it seemed like it was pretty heated about it. Kind of like it was split down the middle.
Split down the middle?
Because there was a lot of backlash from them doing that. When they did change
it probably had to be more than split down the middle for them to actually change
I'm saying there was...
How many people would have to be offended for you?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. I'm just saying that, to me, look, that they, from a football perspective, they got a problem.
Yeah.
A big one. And it's the place where they were supposed to be their biggest improvement if this guy's a good coordinator. But now you got him on the defensive and talking in the third person and God knows what else.
That's bad.
So that's bad. I mean, talk about setting your team up to fail.
Just to be clear, I like the fact that they changed the name. I'm just acknowledging that there can be people within a race that don't think like that. There could be a lot of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I still think
straight to the horse's mouth.
Because whenever they change it, I get on the Braves for not changing their... They do the tomahawk chop.
They stole that from Florida State, by the way.
I get on the Braves for that. You know what I'm saying? But
I just don't like the Braves.
But that's what... Yeah, I know. That's why I get on them for it, because I hate them. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I'm sure there are some people, who are native to this country that are like, we don't give a fuck about your stupid-ass sports teams. Make shit right in society.
Anyway,
you know what I'm saying?
There's turmoil in Washington in more than one way.
Don't disagree.
I wouldn't either. But the NFC East looks really strong again. Philly, the Giants, Dallas. Yes, he was saying off air he thought Philly lost more than they got back. He would know better than I. You were saying that.
No, I said they lost a lot.
But they got a lot back too.
Sure they did.
I mean, and they're well coached, I think. And the new offensive coordinator, he has a relationship with the quarterback that goes back to childhood. Yeah. So they've got a long history together. To me, if you have to make a transition, that's kind of the way you want to be able to do it. Ideally, if you got to lose a guy who was...
Hold on, say that again?
The new coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles played for Jalen Hurts' dad football, and they grew up like he was a little bit older, but he's known him his whole life.
So they have a really good relationship?
Yeah, they do.
Who is that coordinator?
I forget his name, but this story's a couple weeks old. But to me, I'm just saying that if Philly has to make a transition offense, you want to have a guy that has a good rapport with your quarterback.
Right.
There's a trust factor. That's big. Everybody talks about, forget X's and O's for a minute. Everybody talks about the relationship between the quarterback and the OC. There has to be a trust factor there. Yeah. And I'm saying Philly has that covered. That's kind of one of the big things, big hurdles when you get a new coordinator in there. And it sounds like they've got that covered.
That's what that all sounds right. And I'll also say this. It kind of makes me feel like Joel is onto something too, because when I look at their over-under, it's 10.5. And I would have thought it would have been... At least 12.5.
I think that's more of a representation of the division
they're in and
the division they're playing. So if you play, so
it's not about their change.
You're going to play 8 games. We'll play 8 games against the NFC.
2 teams were in the playoffs that were doing besides you, right there.
And then we'll
the
play
ones that weren't were fringe.
And then
they were 500,
right?
And then 4 games against the AFC
East, which is the other powerhouse.
That's 12 games. That's 12 games out of your schedule against.
Yeah, and again. They could be a really good team, and they could. I still think Philly's going to win 12 games, but I'm just saying.
I just think Philly's better than Philly is.
Well, they're better
than every one of those teams.
They're better,
right? Wouldn't you agree?
I don't think defensively they're better than the Jets or the Patriots this year.
No, but I mean,
I think their offensive line is better.
I mean, as a team.
Oh yeah, the East they are still
as a team. I think they're better than every team in both of those divisions.
I think if Dak Prescott not a faker,
I don't know
or whatever, if Dak Prescott could ever,
we'll find out. I think on talent they are.
Yes,
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Dallas has a really good team.
Dallas is better on paper there.
So,
but I don't trust them anymore.
I don't know. I like our receivers.
I trust their quarterback a hell of a lot more than I trust theirs.
I like Jalen Hurts. I like our receivers. Yeah. I even like our tight end better.
Dallas, from a talent standpoint, is right there. The
I like our
offensive line I trust your
quarterback.
Now. I don't trust theirs.
They have a good offensive line, but there's something about that. So it doesn't matter. Like, so if Dallas is, even if the Redskins or Giants are bad for some reason in that division, you can lose a game to them.
That's the Patriots always had, when they were dominant, they always said that Miami was a thorn in their side when Miami was bad. Everybody happens in every division.
Last year, the Commanders were the first team
to beat the
Eagles.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they have that kind of defense.
I wouldn't put it that way.
And they had a running game.
I wouldn't put it that way in the AFC East because
the Pats have always struggled.
The Pats have dominated,
but they always lose again.
That's when Brady. That's when Brady.
But now it's the Bills dominating that division.
I don't think the Bills are going to
Dude,
be
the
on top
Jets
this year.
beat the Bills with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, that's...
That is one of those things that makes me say they are not that fucking good.
It's preseason.
No, last year,
they beat him in the regular season with Zach Wilson.
They did.
Oh,
They did.
Did they beat him in preseason too?
I don't know
They
about
didn't
that.
play in
but
preseason.
Who did Aaron Rodgers dial up down the field shot against?
Oh, that was just now.
Yeah.
He didn't play the other night. That was Zach Wilson.
Zach
Who
Wilson.
threw that.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
against,
no, dude. I'm talking about last year when the Jets
Yeah.
did not have Aaron Rodgers. Zach Wilson started against the Bills and they beat him.
They beat him.
They also lost the game to them. But
Yeah.
I mean, they beat him with Zach Wilson.
Let's see how it goes.
And
I'm
now,
just saying-
now here comes Aaron Rodgers.
I'm saying both divisions are highly
tough.
competitive.
Yeah.
I think they're the two best divisions in football, and I think they're both making my point. So the thing is with the difference I think is the AFC overall is deeper, has more good teams than I think the NFC does.
You think
That's
so?
where yeah.
By a long shot.
I don't know what the difference is. It's probably 2 or 3 teams.
Well, okay, I guess the easiest way to look at it is who are the teams that have no chance on each side? Because there should be more in the NFC.
Well, yeah, just the NFC South alone.
Yeah.
The thing about the NFC
Well,
South is
What about the AFC South?
Outside of the
The
Jaguars.
AFC South is worse.
but no, the Titans and the Jaguars are better than.
I think that-
No, I'm sorry.
Those two
I'm sorry,
teams are
you're
better
right.
than anybody in the
You're
NFC
right.
South.
I'm sorry. No, the West.
San Fran and
No, AFC.
AFC.
Who is?
Chiefs, Chargers,
God damn it! Which is the bad one?
the
We don't
South.
have
The South.
The South
But
is
it's
the
still
bad
much
one.
better than
It's
Because
still
the
better than the
South is
NFC
like-
West.
The South is
South,
like
right.
South.
Indianapolis,
You're right.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston
That's a
and
bunch of bums.
Houston and Indy suck.
Yeah.
Houston and Indy flat out suck.
And then in
There's
the
not-
NFC South, it's what
I mean,
Jacksonville.
but
is going to
in
be
the
good.
NFC
No,
South.
Jacksonville's in the AFC.
AFC.
South.
So they're going to be
NFC
good.
NFC, Carolina.
None of those teams
Atlanta,
finished over 500
Tampa.
last year. Remember, Tampa won it at 8 and 9.
I think we. I think
Nobody
I have
finished over 500 in that
I
division.
think I have the
last
So
year.
Saints
the
winning that
Saints are
one
probably
this
going to win. But I don't,
By default, the
so
Saints
do
are
you
gonna
think
win
the
it.
Saints and the Falcons? How do you think they match up against the Titans and the?
Jaguars are better than both of those.
All
Yeah,
those
Jaguars
Well, yeah.
are better than all three.
The
of those
Jaguars are
teams.
better than all those teams. The Titans added DeAndre Hopkins, and they were second in the division last year. And they have Derrick Henry.
But the Saints,
The Titans, I still think are better.
The Saints had a
The
really
Saints
good
have a better
defense,
defense.
and they got Derek Carr.
If I had a rank,
Not Tannehill.
not 10.
Dude, who was the
Derek
Saints?
Carr hasn't won anything though either.
But listen,
He's not
But-
Tannehill.
okay,
He had a loaded offense, man.
He's
last
not.
year.
talk
Yeah,
about
couldn't.
one team that had a similar jump in quarterback to the Jets. I think the Saints might be the closest thing to it. Who did who?
Derek Carr is-
Jameis Winston, is that who? it
No,
was?
I don't think
got
Winston.
hurt.
Who was quarterbacking for them?
The
There's
tight
no-
end
the
guy,
dude,
the
the guy who's like a
multi-function
three.
tool.
What he's like a Swiss Army
The
knife.
white guy.
Yeah, the white dude.
What the big fucking
Taysom
guy?
Hill.
Taysom Hill.
So the
So
multi-function tool.
Taysom Hill to Derek Carr is similar. Zach Wilson to.
I
Aaron
would say
Rodgers.
Taysom Hill is not as good as Zach Wilson.
And I would say that Derek Carr is nowhere
Nowhere
near
near
Aaron
as good
Rodgers.
as-
I know exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, but it's a similar like gap in
You're
terms
saying
of
it's a pretty big
improvement.
jump.
I think the difference
New
is
Orleans had a good
the
defense.
best team in that
Major jump.
division last year was 8 and 9.
Who was it?
The South.
But Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
They got to the playoffs.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
And Brady's retired.
weren't the Saints like tied with them? But
No, they finished the game behind them.
So what were they?
Atlanta was second.
What were they? 7-10
They were 7 and 10 or 6
with
and 11.
Taysom Hill. Now you put Derek Carr in there, they should be better, right?
Derek Carr had a loaded offense.
Loaded.
Last year, Devontae Adams, the fucking.
All he had was Devontae Adams.
No, he didn't.
Everybody
Oh,
else
really?
was hurt.
Jacobs? Josh Jacobs?
No, I'm talking about wide receivers, tight ends. Come on, chill out.
Waller was very
I
good.
think Derek
Renfro was very good. We're talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
his-
Renfro is good.
Renfro's very
Renfro's
good.
really
They are
good.
loaded.
He's like fucking West.
Yeah, they are fucking
Yeah,
loaded on
that's
offense.
But yes,
You
he's
know,
good.
just slot.
They're
guy.
Listen, Derek Carr, I think is he's a good quarterback. He's actually not a great quarterback.
How about their O-line though? Did they have a shit?
Jacobs ran for like 1,400 yards. The line can't be
Doesn't
that
mean
bad.
the line's like it doesn't mean the line.
But it couldn't have been awful. This isn't Barry Sanders. we're
Run
talking
blocking and
about.
pass blocking are two different things.
All right, so
He ran for 1,400 yards.
So I'm going to agree on this. I agree Derek Carr's not that great.
No,
However, he is way better than Taysom Hill.
the division stinks.
What division?
The NFC South. The next
Exactly.
best quarterback is
That's what
probably
we're
going to be
saying.
Bryce Young, the rookie.
I just think
I don't think I'm
could-
lying when I say
Yeah,
that.
I just think the Saints
Panthers
could
could
make
be
a
good,
jump
too.
because of that.
That's Bryce Young.
Yeah, Panthers
That's
could
what I'm
be
talking
good.
about. He, I think, is the
I
second
mean, I don't
best.
think they could be good, but
The
they
Falcons
could.
with
Tampa's
Bijan
QB
Robinson.
situation is a joke. Fucking.
So is Atlanta.
So is Atlanta's.
Atlanta's is
They're
awful.
fucking. Both of them are a joke.
They
They're
got
both
Ritter.
a fucking joke. They're dormant.
Dude, but last year, I don't know if Ritter runs like a Mariota, but when they were running a lot of those RPO plays, Atlanta was nasty. And now they have Bijan Robinson.
Is the NFC North as good as the AFC North? Fuck no. Detroit, after Detroit, there's a huge drop.
Minnesota.
They just lost Dalvin Cook. Thalen's gone, and we've got Kirk. I do nothing that when it matters, Cousins.
You have Justin Jefferson. They also drafted the kid.
They had
Addison.
Justin.
And Hawkinson.
By the way, what was
Hawkinson.
Minnesota won 13 games. Actually, not everyone was by one score.
So?
And they had Dalvin Cook. I'm not. You think they're gonna roll the dice? And Buffalo fumbled on the goal line.
So does the NFC North
beat Buffalo?
Does the NFC
because Josh Allen fumbled on the goal line?
And that was with what's his face?
Does the NFC North play the
That was
AFC
with Von
North?
Miller.
I don't know,
That's
but I got news for you. There's nobody in that. If Detroit's the best team in the division, they're not as good as Baltimore. They're not as good as Cincinnati.
No, yeah, you're right about that. You're right about
They're
that.
not.
They're not as good. They may not be as good as Pittsburgh or Cleveland.
They may not be. I'm just saying that division is better
Vikings?
than the Vikings
are
are
better than Pittsburgh
They're
and
not winning.
Cleveland.
They're not winning 13 games this year.
I still think they're better than Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
No, Pittsburgh was 9-8 last year, and a better.
The Vikings were what, 13-4?
They won 9 one-score games.
How many one-score games did the Steelers win?
I have no idea, but not they were number one in the NFL in that.
Well, I know.
That's all I know.
It was a historic number.
I don't know. I think
That's right. It was a historic number. Normally doesn't happen.
It was.
So now you're going to tell me it's going to happen
like the
again?
first time ever.
And they don't have Dalvin Cook anymore? And Thalen's gone?
Dude, Thielen hasn't done shit in 2 years.
He's still. They didn't upgrade from him.
Yeah, they did. They drafted a kid, Addison, who's like a stud.
We don't. Thielen
First
is
round
proven.
receiver. Thielen doesn't play
Thielen
that
is
well
proven.
anymore.
We don't know that Addison's going to be as good as Thielen. You don't know that at all.
No, without
Thalen's
a doubt.
proven.
Without a doubt.
I'm just saying.
Let's
the
see
bottom
what
line,
Thielen did last year.
I think he was.
probably something like 700 yards.
Oh, that is pretty good.
If he's a 2, he was a 2.
Well, I mean, when you got Jefferson catching all those balls.
And Dalvin Cook out of the backfield, and the tight end was good. They even traded.
Well, let's make
they
sure.
traded
I
Hawkins.
could be.
Yeah,
Hey,
so-
listen. I'm taking a stab in the dark on that 700 fellas. Like,
No, but if you're right, I'm saying that's pretty good
Yeah.
in that offense.
I'm guessing.
You nailed it.
What did he do?
7-16.
How many games did he play?
Shit, I got to go into the stats. Sorry.
More than Hopkins did.
17.
He played 17.
I didn't realize that.
6
70
touchdowns.
catches.
Yeah, it's 70 catches. So he moved the change. He was a possession.
10 yards a catch.
All right, I take it back.
Yeah.
I
He's
guess
good.
he just got overshadowed because
Jefferson's
so nasty.
top 2 receiver in the league, right?
Jefferson caught how many balls last year?
120 something. 126 maybe.
Dalvin Cook
Ridiculous.
caught 39. The tight end Hawkins probably had close to 50
probably had
balls.
40 catches.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, so
He
no,
came late in the season.
Well,
though.
damn, I've been
He
underestimating.
came late in the season. Hawkinson came late in the season.
They at the trade deadline they moved him.
Detroit, yeah.
to Minnesota, but he was there the first 9 games.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just saying that
He was where?
in
he was
Detroit.
there.
No, he was in Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
then he
we're
went to
talking about Minnesota.
Yeah, but they had him for the last 8 games in Minnesota,
Right.
so that didn't help.
No,
I mean, the kid's good. I'm just saying, like the thing is, that the ball was spread around, and Jefferson.
So would you
is
say
Jefferson.
Thielen is a 1?
I think he's a 2.
No.
He
I think he's a
doesn't. He
2.
doesn't have to be, right?
He's not.
Well, he
Not
does
with
have
Jefferson.
to be.
Where'd he go?
He went to Carolina.
He's got to be the one now because the other guy's gone. He went to
I know.
Chicago.
DJ Moore's gone.
Almost gone. How old is he? Does that have his age? 6'2" was his height. What's his?
I bet he's like 33 years old, 34 years old.
Well, hold on. How many years is he?
I'll find it.
Tom's phone is always the thing you don't want to look at.
It's not my phone. It's my weak ass.
What do they call it? Dead air?
I don't know what they. I think the phone pouts because it's orange. He doesn't want to look for the Mets. He's like, oh, you're not looking for the Mets.
Yeah.
He's 32. He's 32.
He's 32.
What did I say? 33 or 34?
34.
No, you said 37. But good try.
37. You did not say 37. You said
It's on
30.
why would I?
You said 34.
Let's rewind it.
He said
No.
34.
You said 45.
All
Just
right.
fucking around.
Yeah. Just
Are
like
you-
you
are
were
you-
when you were
Yeah.
reading the text.
Anyway, so we're going to switch gears. The NFL is going to be very interesting. We'll rehab the games Sunday night, but we're going to pivot. What?
They also got Miles Sanders.
Who?
The
Carolina.
Panthers. I forgot about
Oh, there you go.
that.
Who knows?
Man, he is getting disrespected.
Who is?
Miles Sanders.
He shouldn't be getting.
He's a
He
good
shouldn't be
player.
getting $12 million. And
don't think so?
Saquon's getting 10.
And he signed a how many year
11.
deal?
I don't know. Too many years.
Is he younger?
However many Carolina gave
Well,
him.
no,
How
he's
young is he?
26.
So he's 2 years younger. Because Saquon's, what, 28?
They both
Is
came out of
Saquon that
Penn
old? I don't
State.
think
They
Saquon's
both
that
came
old.
out of Penn State.
No, but Saquon's older. How
Is
much
you
older
sure?
is he? Yeah, look.
No, I
look
thought
up.
Saquon was younger than Miles.
think
Saquon
Saquon's
played
26
4
too.
years.
I think he's 26.
Did they
Maybe
play in the
he's
same
He's
backfield?
28.
No.
So then he's older than Saquon.
I think they're like the same age.
I thought Saquon was like his first contract.
Well, this was his 4th year or his 5th?
I thought he was like 23 or 24. That's what I thought Saquon was. And I think Sanders is like 26.
He had a hell of a year last year.
All right, what am I looking up here?
Age.
Of course, he ran behind our line.
Saquon's age?
1,200 yards is 1,200 yards.
Penny will do it.
I'll see.
Or Penny, Swift, Gainwell.
Swift
will do
is
it.
really good, I think.
Like, they have
26.
different...
26.
Okay.
Wow, so it's
The
the
same
same
age.
age. I would definitely give Saquon more money than Sanders.
Oh, he had more. They had almost the same year. Saquon was
Come
13,
on.
12, he was 12.89.
Yeah, but
When
Saquon
you
was
think
doing it
about
behind
the
the Giants line.
And with those receivers
I
on
didn't
the
say
outside.
Saquon wasn't better. I'm just saying this guy's good.
Four
That's all I said.
year, $25.4 million contract.
That's not even $10 million a year.
That's not
He
outrageous.
got like
talking-
$12 million.
That's like
including a 5.9 signing bonus.
There you go.
$13 million
There's your 12
guaranteed. But like
That's nothing.
He deserves that money.
That's for 4 years. He's got it for 1 year.
I've been arguing every running back deserves the money.
Saquon
But
just deserves 10 more than that.
But Saquon's only on a 1 year deal. This is a
Right.
4 year deal.
I know, it's crazy.
That's why.
But what I'm saying is Saquon...
Because 4 years, $25 million is not. It's less than $10 million a year.
Okay.
Right, but he's got the guarantee.
Let's make the math easy.
He's got
Miles
11
Sanders...
for 1 year.
He's got
Miles,
13 guaranteed.
I know.
Let's make the math easy. Miles Sanders gets $10 million. How many $1 million does Saquon Barkley get?
I thought Saquon was worth 20. I'd have paid him 20.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is like
He's the most
1,200 yards
important
looks
player on the
good,
team. Remember we talked
but he
about
did
it?
it in Philadelphia's run
He's
game.
the best player on the team. He should have got $20 million.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying.
Sanders is a product of our run game and our line.
We'll find out this year.
Yeah, we will.
Why
If
do
he
you
gets
say
1,000
that?
yards
Did he
again, then
not
he's
make a
good.
lot of moves? Did he have a lot of holes?
No, I'm not downing him. I'm just saying
Actually,
he
you
did
are
it behind
down.
a really good line.
Yeah.
Huh?
I know. I'm just asking. I didn't watch all the
I
games.
think he
but, like,
should
was
still
he
get his
running
contract.
free a lot?
Who, Sanders?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanders. I mean, he wasn't going
I
for
think
like
because
80
Saquon has to
80
make
yard
people
games.
miss, and he's
Four,
got.
at 4 years,
Oh yeah, he
25
was hitting the
million
hole and
total.
going. He wasn't
That's
playing
not a big
around.
deal, though. 13 million upfront short money.
No.
That's not a big deal. It's not. 13 million is not a big deal.
He's getting more money than.
That's not.
I'm not
guys
saying
that are
he
way
should.
better
I'm
than-
not saying
He's
Saquon
getting
shouldn't
more
get
money
more.
than Josh
I'm not
Jacobs.
saying that his yearly
Jesus.
average salary is less
And
than 10
no
million.
running back got a contract, but he got a contract.
His yearly salary is less than $10 million.
All right. Speaking of contractual issues,
Yeah.
on teams that mean something to us, Zach Martin on the Cowboys is still sitting out and getting $50,000 deducted a day
Every day.
that they can't take back.
But he doesn't care.
No, but the Cowboys.
I know, but is
should.
he going to play? Like
That's
what
like
the-
a watch a day for him.
Dude, that'll add up. That adds up.
It'll add
He's
up
like,
pretty
fuck
quick.
a watch. I'll
How
buy
many
you
days
a
did
new
Campbell
arm.
had? 10? That's he's already over $1 million in fines.
No,
No, he's over 500. No,
100.
60,000, 100.
10,000.
If he's
no,
had
50
12
grand a day.
So it's like
10 days
yeah,
is
10
500
days,
grand.
500 grand.
20 days, $1 million.
That's pretty quick.
Well, 50 grand a day.
Depends on how many years he's been playing, how much
If
money he
it's
has in the
day-
bank.
If it's day 12,
got a
then
lot.
that's 500.
The weird thing is he's still on his contract, but he's doing the thing like, yo, give me my fucking money.
And Jerry Jones, who, by the way, is not wrong, when he signed his contract, he was the second highest paid lineman in all football.
Mm-hmm.
The contracts have changed over the last years. That's not Jerry Jones' fault. So he's like, look, you're still under contract, honor it, and then we'll do something when it's over.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
made you the second highest
Is
paid
it
player in the
2
game.
more years or is this his last year?
He's got 1 more year after this. This is in his last
See,
year.
but by the time he gets to the end of those 2 years, he's not gonna be able to get the same amount of money.
I'm not
That's
saying
what he's trying
well,
to get.
Jerry's like, look, you were the second highest paid guy in the league when I signed you. That's not my fault that changed. And by the way, I actually agree with Jerry Jones for once
No,
because
but-
it wasn't his fault
No,
that
but
it
when
changed.
you think about when
he
you,
paid him appropriately at the time.
I understand, but when things change,
He's still top 10, by the way.
who?
He's still in the top
Zach
10.
Martin?
Yeah, he's still in the top 10.
Oh, you mean
highest paid
in pay?
linemen. Still,
What about performance?
he's probably top 4.
That's my only point is that when things
top four
change,
if I had
if
a-
you're trying to do right by the person who's helping you earn your billion, you pay him, right?
This is what I would argue.
Isn't that what?
If you could do it for Zeke Elliott, you could do it for Zach Martin.
Well, this is where Jerry's
Come on.
wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You paid it for this clown who
Yeah.
wasn't healthy for the last 2 years of his contract. It was
Right.
outrageous.
Yeah,
And you
that's a good
can't
point.
give me a bump into the because I mean,
And he just paid what
No, that I agree
Diggs
with.
just got $97 million.
I'm just saying, I see both sides of the argument because Jerry Jones, like, when I did pay you, you were the second highest paid guy in all of football.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not like I didn't pay you.
I'm not going to argue with that. No, I was
All Zach Martin's saying is that was then.
Yeah, but you're still top. If I'm Jerry, you're still top 10.
Sure.
Of all the linemen in the NFL, you're still in the top 10.
And if Zach Martin's like, if I'm still top 10,
if I'm Jerry Jones,
pay me.
I ain't budging.
Yeah. Well, it's like this. It's like, you know, if you buy your house now and over the next 5 years it appreciates, when you sell it, you get the value. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's worth this now.
He'd have,
because the market has changed.
Regardless
and
of,
everybody says, hey, this is what this is worth.
Yeah.
So,
but we're not talking the value of something that's not working. We're talking about a value of a person that's working.
Look, he paid him like a top
like
5
a house
lineman.
has a longevity.
Like a top
human in
5
the
lineman.
NFL doesn't.
No, but it still works the same way.
No, it
the
doesn't.
market has changed. He is worth more now. Do right by him and give him his money.
But houses don't have 3 years until they're done. You don't buy a house for 3 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying
Players
I see both.
have 3 years till they're done. I'm
on his side.
I see both sides of the argument. Both sides make sense. I'm just saying, if you're to me, if you're Dallas, you bite the bullet because honestly, you can't lose your best offensive lineman for any period of time.
Is he
not in that
Is he
division.
the left tackle or is he a right tackle?
Or
is he a guard?
He's a guard. He's either left or right guard. But he is their best lineman.
They have a good line.
They do, but he's their best lineman. And
it used to be the best line.
Yeah. So, I mean, until you guys came around. But the thing is,
that line is one of the reasons they can compete with Philly. So.
I agree. But if he's not there,
right?
So if I'm Jerry and we're talking, I mean, I don't know what the number would be, but
what did Dallas do? Tailback. I know they still got
Pollard
coming off an injury.
I think they drafted.
Did they draft somebody?
I don't know who it was though. But the thing is, I don't think you can afford. This guy has to get in camp. If he shows up 2 days before the opener, that's gonna be a problem.
I think offensive lineman is one of those positions
continuity
that could really hurt not being there.
It can really hurt. It can kill.
But there's like a guy like Kelsey. Is he at camp?
Yeah, they just showed Kelsey
there.
on the turf playing with his kids the other day or
he's
something.
There. Yeah. I'm saying the heart in preseason.
The only thing about an offensive lineman is you're like, man, he was 340. He looks 360 now.
Yeah, but
that could be 380.
The thing
like they go off of training. Next thing you know, they're
the thing about offensive line. People don't talk about this enough, but everybody knows it. Early in the year, especially into the regular season, defense is usually ahead of the offense. At least in the early part of the season, the offense catches up, and it's because the line, as long as no matter how long they play together, the continuity, it takes a while to rev up the engine and get there.
Sure,
with the offensive line,
really,
that's a fact. You look at this every year. It happens.
First 4 games,
first 4 or 5 games, the defenses in the league overall, and the offenses start to catch up. I mean, there's the outliers that are good for out of the get go, like maybe Kansas City or maybe like Jacksonville. There's some great offenses out there that are going to be great out of the gate. Philly's offense will be great out of the gate probably, but the thing is, like usually the defense overall is ahead of the offense for the first 4 or 5 weeks maybe, depending on. So
Philly has a tougher.
Where Dallas is,
everybody in the East.
Everybody in the East has a hard.
I'm saying you can't afford to not have this guy.
Yeah.
He can't be out. Like if he shows up next week, no harm, no foul. But I'm just saying, like the longer this thing goes, it becomes a problem. I don't think it's a problem right now today. But if he's not back in camp in 2 weeks, that's a problem.
But don't you think he knows that too? That's his leverage.
He knows that, but this is Jerry Jones. This is Jerry Jones.
Is he going to be a
Jerry Jones is the most stubborn motherfucker this side of Bill Belichick.
If he wants to pay you way more than what
Bill
you're worth,
Belichick
you can't
and
stop.
Jerry Jones. Exactly. Jerry Jones would do this out of spite. He's that fucking.
If I don't want to pay you, I won't pay you.
I won't pay you.
If I want to pay you way more than what you're worth, you can't stop me.
So they got a running back in the sixth round. Eric Scott Jr. from Southern Miss.
No one knows.
Second round, in terms of offensive help, second round they got Luke Schoonmaker from Michigan.
Tight end. Yeah.
I think Michigan.
They needed a tight end because Schultz left.
is gone. He left. He went to the Texans.
They picked a linebacker from Texas in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Did they lose? It's Vander, whatever his name is. Is he gone? Vander Sleuth?
Oh, I don't know. They had so many linebackers at one point. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they.
Who was the one guy? Was it Lee? Something Lee?
Vander whatever was one, and then Sean Lee was another.
Sean Lee, yeah.
They have Micah Parsons.
Micah's their guy
Micah's
right now.
Yeah, they have a ton of linebackers. They had a ton of linebackers. They always have.
So they drafted a linebacker 3rd pick.
And didn't they pick Smith out of Notre Dame?
An edge rusher 4th round pick. Yeah. Man, that defensive line could be.
He's not there anymore. But
nuts. Yeah. Who?
The Smith guy out of Notre Dame.
He's somewhere else now, I think. But anyway, look, the point is that this is not a problem today, but this could be a problem if he's not there in 2 weeks. And both sides appear to have their heels dug in. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm curious who's going to blink first.
I hope he is.
And honestly, common sense tells you the owner should blink first, but this ain't any owner.
Yeah, stay home, Zach.
This ain't any owner. This is the one guy that would dig his heels in even more. And
we're sending you tasty cakes with love from Philly, Zach.
I can literally. Jerry Jones is the one owner I can see being, and I think these two would agree with me on this. He's the one owner I can see being this stubborn right off the top of my head. His ego's that big.
I think we should start that. As Eagles fans, we should start sending him sweets in the mail.
So, Belichick, like you said, definitely.
I said he's the stubbornest guy this side of Bill Belichick.
Are there any others that like?
Those two to me are the two most stubborn. Oh yeah, but on that
stubborn
level,
owner / president of operations type.
The kid from the Colts, guy from the Colts, Irsay. He's a fucking
guy that moved the whale for 20 mil.
He's an ass.
He's an asshole.
That guy is an asshole. That guy wasn't he in like rehab for pills or something?
For alcohol.
Yeah.
Not that makes you a bad person. I'm just saying like.
What are you trying to say?
Alcoholism.
I'm just saying that he had a serious issue.
He was a drunken lout.
You're trying to say he has his own bullshit. And you can see it.
And out of everybody,
the way he's acting.
Yeah. And out of everybody, like Jonathan Taylor, he's going at Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
but what was the shit where he comes out and he goes, if I died and he died,
no one would care.
Like what?
I think the fans would care.
That's a nice way to answer that.
Yeah, I think the fans would care if he died, not you.
Shit.
Right. Hey, can I have a new contract? You think if you died, anybody give a shit about you?
Yeah, that's
like what the fuck?
And then it's like saying, and he's like, I'm going to have a statue out here because I paid for it. Whatever, douche.
No, he's a dick.
Yeah.
He really is a dick.
Nobody cares about you. Dear Jim Irsay, nobody gives a fuck about you.
He is a dick.
This is my letter to Jim Irsay. I'll read it out loud live.
The thing is, like, in terms of the Cowboys, Jones is the one owner I could see sticking his heels in and not doing this. So,
dude, have you seen any footage, of Jonathan Taylor? Sorry to interrupt.
Jonathan Taylor, running back?
Yes, have you seen any footage of him walking around? He's at camp.
Oh, he was leaving to get his foot. Something's wrong with his foot.
Dude, he's walking like an old man.
Yeah, he's got something wrong with his foot.
Really?
Yes.
He's hurt.
Jesus.
So, like...
Every running back, I mean...
Well, because remember there was all this controversy saying, like, they thought about some kind of back injury. They wanted to see about a back injury, and he was like, I'm not injured. I want a new contract. So there's something weird going on there, and he's walking around practice, like, kind of a little gimpy.
Honestly, if he could play tomorrow, he wouldn't be able to.
It doesn't look like it. Have you seen it?
Wait.
Have you seen it?
They said he was leaving the team to address his leg injury.
Wait a minute.
You think he's faking? You think he's doing what you said?
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe.
He's faking?
He did say that. He said guys are going to start pretend show, like, not really showing
Well, they
up.
talked about it. They chatted about it. They all got together and said,
but then Saquon
I'm not saying that
he did. That was weird.
I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm sure it certainly is. But the reports out there is he's really hurt. Because he was hurt before he asked for the money.
Dude, if you see it, he's literally like, he's walking around like this.
They're saying he was hurt. Again, I don't know.
I could.
They're saying he was hurt before
like
this
the way I walk over to the fridge, that's kind of what he looks like.
Oh my God, he's doomed.
We'll see.
He'll be in a wheelchair.
Let's just wait and see how it all works out. I know he wants out. I know they're at each other and he wants out.
I have to tell you all about this league I tried out for, pickleball.
Oh yeah? Did you win?
Well, it was a tryout.
Dominate.
No.
Destroy.
Oh, dude.
Middle of the pack?
These motherfuckers
Solid?
are good. I did good.
Solid?
I did good.
Solid or good?
I won most of the games I played.
Then you're good.
So I played good. But these motherfuckers know how to play.
Really?
So it's different.
Huh.
So I went up to CTC,
okay,
which is this different club, and there's like a bunch
so
of
we
courts.
wouldn't be the CTC pickleball champs.
No.
Okay.
So there's probably 16 courts up there.
Yeah.
So one of the guys I play with over here, he goes, "Hey, come with me up to CTC." He's like, "You should play with people up there."
Yeah.
So I go up there, and when I walk up, they're like, "Are you trying out for the league tonight?" There's a draft. There's a pickleball draft.
Really?
Swear to God, for this league. So I'm like, I was like,
was it the Tom Brady pickleball league that he just started?
So I was like, I don't know about the league, but can I be in it? They're like, yeah, talk to that guy over there. Give me your name. So he goes, yeah, there's a bunch of captains. This Sunday, everybody's gonna pick their teams.
Yeah.
So right now, we have 58 people out here, but we're only picking 40, 20 men and 20 women.
So there's cuts.
18 people are not going to have a job.
So as a grown-ass man, you tried out for a sport with cuts. I love this. Let's keep going.
Well, so I was like, all right, well, I'll try.
This is perfect.
I'll try.
I love that.
Does he make the cut, America?
We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know yet.
I was playing. Okay, so
he's really teasing.
I don't know yet.
We'd like to be a fly on the wall. That you.
No, so here's the thing. So here's the thing about yesterday. We were cleansing.
Really good return game.
No, look, we were cleansing. Cleansing. I hadn't eaten anything all day.
Solid at the net.
I had a tiny little bit of chicken salad.
No,
seriously. Come on, let me set this story.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we were cleansing, me, RJ, and his lovely wife. Mm-hmm. We weren't eating anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I knew I was going to play pickleball, so I was like, let me just have a little bit of chicken salad. And I had a fig. My dad brought down figs from his fig tree.
Oh, that's cool.
Figs are wonderful.
So I go to meet my friend Hari, and I forget my water bottle. And it's hot. We get up there, they're like, hey, are you in the league? No. Oh, can I be? So then we start playing.
Yeah.
I have no water. And then it was midway through when the guy told me not everybody makes it. And I
through.
And I was tired, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I gotta keep introducing myself to people and playing. Because hopefully I'll be playing against different captains, and they'll go, who is the fucking, the chunky guy? Let's get him.
Yeah.
Who's the chunky?
I'm pretty sure that's not what they would say, but we'll keep it rolling.
I was one of the more chunky guys.
Who's the husky fellow with the backhand?
There you go. Yeah. That's more like it.
Stocky.
Who's that thick legend over there? So
I'm pretty sure he wears husky adult diapers.
Yes, depends. Okay, so here's the thing. I was already beat when he told me that, but I was like, I got to keep playing because this at this point is like a popularity contest. Okay. I got to get to know people. Okay. So I'm in full blown Tommy Izzo mayor mode.
Yeah.
Oh, great shot. Oh, nice drop. Great serve.
The mayor.
Look, you know how I can throw it on.
I've heard it.
Yes. In social settings, I always let us.
You be slinging the ball.
I let us through the depths of hell in these random social situations, right?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
The depths of hell.
Well, you're just in one of those situations where it's like, what are we doing here?
What do we even say?
I'm like, it's okay. I got this.
Let me pull this right out of my ass and say it out loud.
And then boom, we're talking to people.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do that all night, but I hadn't had anything to drink. I had barely had anything to eat. My friend Hari, he left 2 hours before me, and he goes, "You haven't drank anything?" He goes, "Here."
He was like, "Hey, you got a baby I can kiss."
No, that's the guy I went there with. So he gives me vinegar, water, and electrolytes. It's just probably like that much. And he goes, "It's my last. You can have it." So I have that. But I almost died last night.
Vinegar, water, and electrolytes.
And
he said,
and like a gallon of like backwash.
He said he didn't put his mouth on it. But
sure.
Either way,
sure.
I don't
mean, that's
care.
what they all say. Yeah.
Who cares? That's what the first thing Casey asked me. You drank his water? I'm like, who gives a shit? Even if I did. But he said he hadn't put his mouth on it. So.
Did you ask for like?
Dude, but I was proud of myself because I played a lot of games.
Okay.
I was tired of shit. A lot of those people.
Cleansing.
A lot of those people were athletic. I was.
You're athletic.
I know, but I'm 315 pounds.
Yeah, but you're still athletic.
I know. But these people are athletic and in shape. There was another guy that was...
You're in pickleball shape.
No, these people are in better shape than pickleball shape.
Yeah, but there's pickleball shape, and then there's better than pickleball shape.
They're in better than that. But I think I did good.
Just on the beach at Normandy.
So I will say this. If it goes by performance, I think I'll get picked.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be a heavy amount of... I don't know who that guy is. What? I'm not going to pick him.
So you're saying politics?
Not necessarily politics. I mean,
Did you have your business card with you? It's very important.
Because, like, first of all, not every captain saw me. They might already know who they want. There's only 20 guys. What you do is
you buy
picked.
pickleballs with your name on it. So when you're playing, and then when you leave, hey, I bought these. My name is. It's right on the ball.
Well, no. So they added me. No, this is funny. They added me to what's the chat?
You'll make it.
What's the chat function?
Somebody will definitely pick you.
What's the chat?
Group chat.
No.
Group me.
No. WhatsApp. So they added me
WhatsApp.
to that. So they added me to that, and I made sure I put my picture on my thing. In case they go, hold on, who's Tommy Izzo? Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's
fucking
him.
Mets fan.
Yeah. Guy that always returns a ball, asshole. You can never get it past him.
I met a guy who works at the same place as I do.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nice.
So that was cool. Yeah.
Didn't insult him, throw any rackets?
No, dude, I told you I was politicking.
That's me. I'm sorry.
I was politicking out there.
Mayor-ism.
Yeah, I'm the one chucking rackets.
I can be
Senator-ism.
I can be competitive in
Governor-ism.
and not care as soon as it's over.
Yeah, I don't have that ability.
Yeah.
State rep-ism.
I can legitimately enjoy rec sports. I don't have to win them.
I have to win.
Actually going out and playing a sport at this age, to me, is a release in itself.
I wish I could do that.
It can't get me that mad.
I wish I could do that.
Unless it's with me and my wife.
I wish I could do that.
When me and Casey are playing Brian and Janice, I can get mad.
Well, Brian and Janice, be kind to those two.
I've seen it.
No, it's only because like they'll target Casey.
Yeah, they target.
And I'm like, come on,
because
dog.
Brian in particular.
That's why I just said be kind to them.
Yeah, I know.
Brian in particular is low blow like that.
That's okay. I mean, you want to win. He's
Right, like would you target somebody's wife
never.
in a game?
I couldn't live with myself
Yes.
if he did that.
Why
Because by the way, it's obvious.
Why
You
would
can't
you
even
not?
hide it.
Because it's not about winning.
It's
It's
winning. It's about getting work out and having
What are you
fun.
playing the game for?
No, so it kind of is about winning, but I
Okay.
want to win
I was just
against
checking.
But I don't want to win like that. It's not about winning that way.
You mean within the rules? You don't want to win within the rules?
Technically, you're not
Yes,
breaking any rules.
You're right. You're right.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
I don't get the same
I
satisfaction.
would
That's
never.
all I'm saying.
I would never want Casey to feel like we picked on her either, because Casey's my friend.
But she holds her own. Casey doesn't mind.
Yeah.
She holds her
does
own.
hold.
I
Casey's no
get
scrub.
butthurt because I'm standing there like,
Casey's no scrub.
and then I gotta steal them.
I would never hit it on your side.
Right, because you're scared of the competition.
No, because I want to win. No, but you always return it. So why would I hit the guy that always returns it? Doesn't make sense. Do you hit it to the really fast center fielder?
I don't like. So if we're playing for money, or if there's like something on the line, right? We're in a league.
What did
I'm talking about a fun game up here.
we talked about this?
2-on-2.
Nah, I mean, I guess you're just running around, whatever. I've played you. I mean, you beat me every time. I didn't like.
That's
I
me
knew
and
it
you.
was just
Dude,
for
you're
fun.
a grown man. You're capable.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like our games aren't like that. You and Casey's games aren't like that. Like,
Well, it's
I
like
get it.
so sometimes I play with older people, right? And
Yeah.
it'll be like me and an older woman. An older
Yeah.
woman, by the way, who plays the game really well.
And it's good.
But also,
I think we played her.
But also, no, there's women much older than we.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. 70 years old, maybe 65 years old.
Good.
And they're good, but they're not moving the same way.
All
a
you have to
younger
do is hit
person.
it back.
Okay, but see, like, I'll have
lot of
that
them do that
person
really well.
and myself, and we'll be going against two men, and they're targeting her.
That's
And I'm like,
that's okay. Like the old lady thing, kind of really is the.
That's terrible.
That's like
You got to draw the line,
it's
right?
like hitting it at somebody's grandmother.
I
or
would
something. I don't
lose.
think I could do that.
I would just stare at them like you're
I might
pathetic.
consider it.
Well, my thing is kind of like,
But I couldn't do it.
My thing is like, look, I want to win too. I'm not saying you're not allowed to hit her. She can hold her own, but like, you both
And
swarm
are you gonna
the
mash
net and mash
it?
on her?
You're
Like,
not gonna
come
mash
on.
it on her. No,
Dude, but
you're
people are doing shit like that.
That is fucking.
I mean,
Billy-
I'm
that is
pretty
Billy
like I
Madison.
want
But
to win,
see,
but I'm not like
here's
that.
my thing.
That's
Here's my
crazy.
thing.
That's Billy Madison.
That's pretty
But
crazy.
here's the thing. I love playing with those types of teammates because I'm like, we're gonna fucking win this game. I'm like, all right, look, they're gonna target you. You cover the sideline. I'll try to, lean more.
I mean, we played together a lot. Like, I think people would have hit it to me more than you. They definitely would have hit it to me more than you.
Sure.
Just
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you always have that consistent like, okay, the ball's coming back. Ball's coming back.
You did good too.
Yeah, but I'm always trying to hit a winner, like something that comes at you.
Like a wapow.
Yeah.
But that was in a tournament. In a tournament, I get it.
Yeah.
Because now we're playing for like this is a legitimate game.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about pickup game.
Yeah, I'm not doing that in a pickup game.
Because I want to go after the better player and hone my skill.
Well, you want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stand over there and you take a swing for 20, fucking whatever. That's boring.
It's tough. Yeah, because you're like,
I wouldn't want that either.
That's why individual sports are
Anyway,
golf.
we were gonna talk about women's soccer.
Do you want to?
Joel didn't get a chance to. We got our say out.
What did you say about what was the?
Well, the backlash, as I told him, was going to be swift and merciless, has been ongoing, and now you got the New York Post jumping in, and you've got ESPN canceling it. Apparently, she had a $25 million deal to go analyze games for ESPN over. I don't know what the years of the contract was, but the quote was she's just too toxic.
They turned it. They pulled it back. They rescinded it.
I guess.
Well, that makes sense. ESPN's been firing broadcasters right and left anyway.
Well, they have
Dude,
been since
polarizing people are the best.
I'm not saying it's even true. I'm just saying that was
In terms of ratings, polarizing people is what sells.
You've got a lot of people.
Think about all the top.
Megyn Kelly is bashing her. There's a lot of people bashing
reporters and analysts.
Yeah,
this is one thing I would say.
She distracted the team. And again, I don't know if this is true or not. Well, I'm just saying.
Remember, the other part we talked about was the fact that it was bullshit that people were coming down on her about using her platform to share her views. I mean, because it became, it almost seems like they're being harsher about the soccer because of that.
They're saying that it was a big part of why the team was distracted. Now, whether or not that's true or not, I have no idea. I do know this. That team was distracted.
But are they saying she's a
and by the way,
she really
coach,
wasn't fighting
to me,
for those things?
The coach is probably the biggest to blame, because from what I'm reading now is that they were trying to use freaking what's her name, Alex Morgan, who's primarily a goal scorer, more as a playmaker instead of what she does best, which is just score goals. And they're saying that this hurts her game. She was trying to adjust to this throughout the tournament. And by the way, if you haven't done this before, why would you fucking wait to the World Cup to fucking
Or they're making
try?
her Magic Johnson?
I don't know, but her game is she's a striker. Striker's supposed to be the best goal scorer on the team. Tell me if I'm wrong. And they were having her try and be a playmaker as opposed to a scorer. Guy. Well, I want his take on this. Is what I'm saying. This is what is coming out now. What do you think about? Now you saw these games. What do you think of that?
I think that we played older players. I think we have a lot of younger players. I think we're transitioning, and we maybe should have transitioned sooner. Maybe we should have. There's a lot of things you can maybe it all to death, but I think that there's definitely an age gap between her and the younger players. So
not just her though.
Not just her.
No, but like
Morgan
Rapinoe.
Is Morgan older?
Yeah, Morgan's a little bit older as well.
I think she's the second.
You had an 18-year-old girl and a 19-year-old girl.
That's really young.
On that field.
That's a big gap.
And the star wasn't like a star that's been there for a long time, right? Horan, she's not been there as that leader in that role for a long time.
It's supposed to be Alex Morgan's team, at least in theory.
Well,
but she was if she's your best goal scorer, why is she being asked to be a playmaker instead of take her away from what she does best?
Is she the best goal scorer currently?
I think the other thing
historically she with that group
but I'm talking about she does. That's what she
does. She's a striker.
But this is what I'll say is I think there's a difference between these teams and their players and past teams. So like Carly Lloyd was always the best player, right? Was always selfless, was always this. And I'm not saying Megan's not those things, right? But the difference is Carly Lloyd isn't going to miss a PK to win the game and laugh it off with a team that has a bunch of younger people on it. It's just...
And to your point, she wasn't even supposed to be out there. They took Alex Morgan out for her. And then Alex Morgan, who should have been taking a penalty, then couldn't.
I mean, you have two ways to look at it. You could say, like,
But one of the young kids missed the shot
Three
to win.
people missed, not just her.
One of the young ones missed to win.
You could say that, but the other thing I'll say is this, is you could also say, okay, she's won 2 World Cups.
Yeah, which
maybe she has the right to see it in a perspective that she wants to see it.
Without a doubt.
The only thing I would say to that is like, if you've been there and you've done it and you've already won 2 or whatever it is, then you can't do that. She knew. I mean, you can't laugh it off.
But what if it's like involuntary? What if that just that's just your reaction?
Tick?
No, some people scared or nervous.
Yeah, okay.
They laugh in embarrassment.
Stutter.
Almost.
They do all kinds of.
It's
things.
almost like a defense mechanism. Like that didn't really bother me. I'm good. When deep down no, that just fucking broke your soul.
I think there's a lot of people that want to hate her because of who she is, and that's not cool.
That's what
I think that's a large percentage of it.
But I also think that I would also be the first one to say, like, don't laugh after missing a PK. Just don't do that.
And they were asking, it was the Dan Patrick show.
It's not just your chance. It's not just your chance. Think about, and like, this is an 18-year-old, 19-year-old. There's no guarantee that something doesn't happen to them. This might be their only World Cup.
shot.
Like, I didn't see the laugh, actually.
It was after she missed the penalty kick.
What did it look like?
She turned back into the camera.
It was like kind of like sarcastic. No, it wasn't like a funny laugh.
It looked like right, like that.
It was like a
Of course, this shit happened like that kind of thing.
It was just,
maybe a little bit like that.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, and Dan Patrick brought this up because again, this is everybody's nailing them across right now. It's crazy.
I feel bad.
Dan Patrick was like, "This is and Dan Patrick's been around a long time. He's like, this is the first time ever, in whether it's Olympic competition or anything else, where people were in this country were openly rooting against
an American team.
An American team.
Yeah.
He doesn't recall a time where it was this bad. Not even close.
That's
not
that,
even
that's
close.
That bullshit.
Well, there were people that were
been
happy that they
forever.
lost, that were rejoicing that they lost. And he goes, and it was a large number.
Those are mostly.
He's like,
white
he's never
nationalists.
seen.
Those are the white nationalists.
He's never seen anything like
I don't know
this.
about that.
That rooted against them.
Oh,
Like openly rooting against them.
If you were rooting
Like,
against them,
saying thank you to
I thought you
Sweden,
meant I thought you meant
you can-
other countries.
no.
I thought
No,
you
of
meant like
course.
fans from
And his
Japan.
point was-
No,
like,
he's talking about
rooting
people
against
in
us
this
or
country were
something.
rooting against the home team
I didn't
country
understand it that way.
because she came out talking about LGBTQ rights and trans rights.
She has a right to do that.
But exactly.
Like she has a right to be who she
Exactly.
She does.
you don't
I'm
like
not
it.
saying she doesn't. But the thing is, what I was trying to say to him was that here's the only problem with that. If you lose, this is what they're going to pin it on. Right or wrong, and that's what they're doing.
but that has
they're
nothing
saying
But
they're
that's
saying
horseshit.
It doesn't
they're
have
saying
anything
that
to do with
the
it.
team was distracted because of all her off the political. They were distracted. They're blaming her for this whole thing.
But they should blame the coach.
I think the coach is the one
Because
who's to blame
why-
because he's
like,
trying to change philosophies and how to take players out of their roles, like Alex Morgan of all fucking people. Like, why are you doing shit like that?
And also, it's kind
Because he
of
doesn't
like,
have all the pieces that he always normally has.
And here's the thing, look, when people are protesting for rights, when people are speaking about politics and, human rights issues, that's part of fucking life. So as a coach, you need to be able to acknowledge what's happening around you, but still focus your team. Whether your team is fighting for equal pay or not, you need to be able to get them together and say, look,
We got a
that
game.
stuff is
We're
still
playing a
going
game.
on, but hey, we're still going to do what the fuck we do because we're better than all these people. So it's more on that coach, right?
I think the coach is the primary reason they lost. I'm not saying he's the only reason. I'm just saying that there were to his point about the age gap and all these other things. If all that stuff is true, and I happen to believe him because I know he knows soccer, the coach has got to
That
know
is a
that.
good point.
The coach has got to know that too. So why isn't the coach simplifying it and making it easier and not asking players to do things they're not used to doing? Why aren't you trying to make it easier instead of more complicated?
Figure
on
out
top
a way
of all
to
this
connect
shit.
the two factions.
But I don't think you take
the young,
you
you got to figure out how to connect the old players to the young players.
Yeah, but I don't think you
That's
take
about
people out of
that's
their
about-
what they're good
that's-
at.
That's about work rate and running. Like,
Yeah, I mean-
soccer's not a sport of like soccer's a sport where people run, and there's a work rate to it, and there's a press. You have to press the way you win the ball back, where you want to win the ball, how you want to get back on goal as quick as you can. Like, there's a work rate to it that at a certain age kind of goes away. And so, I guess what I'm saying is if you know that, right, and you're looking for a quality strike or a quality finish or whatever you're looking for, but if you have two different things on the field, like one group that can't press and a group that can press because they're younger or whatever it is, it doesn't always work, right? Like it's you got to figure out, okay, like how do we make it work? Where do we put these players to play? And moving Alex,
you have
Morgan
to do that's
back
caught
to-
coaching. You have to coach
you have
the
to
team.
figure out where they play, but you got to do it before you play the
Without
fucking
a
game.
doubt.
I don't
Like,
think
you do that in practice. Like
You build that.
You
You
don't
have that- you
decide.
build
from the 4
do
years
that.
from the 4
Yeah.
years last World Cup to
don't-
this one. That's what you're doing.
you're not changing gears.
Yeah, you don't decide right before the World Cup that you're going to do this way.
Are they? They're
I
not
don't
together though. All 4 years, are they?
Well, they do the World.
Do they do tournaments
the
every
Olympics.
2 years?
The Olympics are like 2
Well,
years.
they play together, but then they also play
Yeah.
professionally.
Yeah.
So they play in the NWSL.
Yeah.
So during a given year that's not World Cup or Olympic, how many times do they play on the same team with each other?
Oh yeah,
They probably have practice.
Well,
in the
they still
off-season.
play every
Just the
year.
off-season.
Yeah.
They still play
Oh, they do
together
play
all
every
the time
year.
because they play for qualifiers. They play
Okay.
at
They do
camps.
friendlies and all
bring
that.
So
them into
every
camps.
summer there's some international.
Yeah,
No, they're always playing,
they're not-
and not every summer is there
But it's
is there a
throughout
game.
the year.
It's throughout the year.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
still qualifying. And
So
everything
yeah,
else
you
for
do
the
need
World
to build that up over
saying,
time from the
yeah.
last.
Yeah, it
This
can't
is-
be a
the fact that
yeah.
people were asking this question tells me that they never saw this style until the World Cup. Because if they were doing this with Alex Morgan before the World Cup, somebody would have saw it and like, why are they doing that with her?
Or they would have been good at it. By
You know, they've been good at it by now. The fact that everybody's going, why was Alex Morgan being asked to do this instead of that?
Is this new?
This is
though?
the- yeah.
Like their
That's the
whole
thing.
offense, was it different?
It was. They're saying it was
From
like
last?
like Carly Lloyd and all these other. Who's the guy? Alexi. What's his name there?
Alexi Lawless?
Yeah, is that him?
But is that because
They were
the players
saying-
were old and they were trying to do something different?
I don't know, but they were saying that this style of play was not what this team or these normally did.
Well, they're
And they were-
transitioning between players that they've had for a while, some of the players that were here that won the last 2 World Cups. That's 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about 8 years. You're on your 12th year from the beginning of that.
They're saying that Rapinoe shouldn't even been on this team.
Maybe
from
not.
a talent perspective. She
maybe
shouldn't even have
not.
been there.
You know, maybe
Based
not.
on what she did with that penalty kick. Yikes.
Well, she didn't
yeah,
play
but
well
come
in
on,
any
I mean-
appearance she had.
I
This
guess
was a
that
4-game
can
fuck
happen.
up.
Yeah, I mean, not every.
But you're saying Alex Morgan never, or Carly Lloyd would have never done that.
Well, I think you had a different group of players. So it started with Mia Hamm, right?
Yeah,
We've always had the best player, the player that was always
Chastain was
clutch.
Chastain was another one. They've had a lot of.
They were always
they're a dynasty.
clutch. I mean, we always have clutch players, and what I'm saying is that
They're the Patriots of women's.
They're the Yankees.
well, it's
They're
different.
they're
It's
the
like
Russian hockey team.
we had
they're them.
Derek Jeter on the Yankees. You know,
I'm saying.
yeah. We've always had Derek Jeter.
What Carly Lloyd was pointing to is that they don't seem to understand the standard.
We have Derek Jeter.
Her biggest
Michael
criticism
Jordan.
is they're sitting there running around like
name
they
it.
won the thing, getting pictures of all this crap. It's like you just lost. You tied a team you should have beat by 4 goals on a bad day.
I don't even need to say we have Derek Jeter. We have Mia Hamm, like the greatest women's player.
Player ever, maybe.
Yeah.
So
But here's the other thing I want to ask. When they won these past 2, was the celebration nearly as big as the outrage now?
No, I think it's expected. That's the problem. Is
so it's
the
like
reason the
nobody
outrage.
even gave a shit when they won. When they lose, it's like
well,
everybody's
they
shitting
they
a brick.
rooted for them. This team, they were openly rooting against.
There's a difference.
That's
There's
a whole,
difference.
but you know what I'm different thing.
I know, but all I'm saying is,
It wasn't just
while
people
we
rooting
root,
against
while we
them.
root for that team in other years,
Yeah.
like the celebration when they won was nothing.
Okay.
Especially compared to the outrage that people are feeling now. It's like,
The
why are you
argument-
acting like you're so hurt about it?
The argument against this team is that
They're like
they
Patriot
didn't-
fans.
They didn't stick to. You can't say that.
You win
even
7 Super Bowls.
even just jokingly being a dick, you can't say that.
That's kind of good. That's kind of good.
It's not even close. It's not even close to accurate. This from the guy whose fan base threw banners at Santa Claus? Don't talk.
Dude, but Philly has become the love bugs. They cheered for Trey Turner the other night after he cost them a game with an error.
Yeah.
Standing
Oh,
on,
man,
and then he went on a tear.
But he also had a billboard thanking him.
They thank. I mean, it's a love fest in Philly, and
Well,
it makes me want
The
to
thing
puke.
is, until this team, though,
'Cause it's good for the team.
whether people care about women's
I'll admit
soccer,
that.
whether people care about women's soccer or not, nobody openly rooted against them.
Agreed.
Until
I'm not trying to
this.
say that.
No, I'm
And
saying
this isn't the one-off where you're like,
this is
this
the
is
way
a
you can
whole-
take that as a compliment about being Patriots fans.
What?
You have people out there that were rooting for Tom Brady to lose, not
When he
because
left.
not because he's a piece
When he
of
left.
crap or
No,
not
when he
because of
left.
any of that kind of stuff.
When he left.
They were rooting for him to lose for.
Another. He was playing for another team.
They
now.
were hoping that Belichick was right. They were,
they-
and
and
they're
they were-
still
and they-
grabbing
they
on
wanted to
Brady.
believe that it
There
was
were
the system and
people
not him.
rooting
And they were forced
against
to choke
Tom
on it.
Brady on the Patriots.
What?
People loved to hate Brady and the Patriots when they were winning everything.
That's
People on the Patriots were rooting against him.
no, not Patriots fans, but I'm saying other football fans.
Because they were always winning.
Yeah.
That happens to
Same
everybody.
thing
very
with
hated.
us. It's the same
People
thing with us.
openly root against the Celtics and the Lakers because they win all the time. They say that, or the Yankees. For
Nobody
that matter.
hates the women's team because they win all the
No.
time. Not in this
That's
country.
not
Other
why.
countries.
I'm not talking about. We're talking
talking about it
U.S.
here.
fans.
The only reason U.S. fans would not like him would be because of their personal
politics.
beliefs.
The politics.
Exactly.
And the argument is they brought politics in it. And sports is supposed to be a place where, and again, I'm not saying this is right.
That's
But
such
the-
a horseshit argument. I hate it.
That's why they're saying this.
It's bullshit.
It's not bullshit. That's what people think.
No.
Whether it's right or wrong doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
It's
right,
wrong.
I'm talking about right, wrong.
Yeah, it's
bullshit.
wrong. It shouldn't matter. But that's why they hated this team.
I agree.
So that's
not
what they're
arguing
saying. And
against
what
that.
these guys are saying, like, you got to keep
ridiculous.
politics out of it, or like I said, this is the whole. Maybe I talk
No,
about
fans
the
need to
time and
stop
place.
being so stupid and keep politics out themselves.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm
that's.
just saying.
Did
that,
it make? Did it,
I agree with what you're saying.
I'm just saying, but
Muhammad
that's
Ali
why.
is still the greatest ever.
Who?
Muhammad Ali is still the greatest ever.
But he had
About what?
box. Oh, he.
Boxing.
Yeah.
He was always on the right side of politics, though.
No, Muhammad Ali.
Well, he was trying
In
to
my
fight.
Cassius
opinion,
Clay. Muhammad Ali.
He was
Always on the
fighting
right side
racism.
of.
He was always on the right side
Yeah.
of politics.
He was fighting racism.
He decided not to go to the Vietnam.
And he got
Turn
locked
it
up
down.
for it.
He was
Yeah.
politics.
He went to jail for it.
politics.
Right, I agree.
And by the way, he
I
was
think-
proven
and
right
he's
about
the
that
greatest
too.
No, I'm saying he was on
And
the
he's a
right.
credit- yeah.
He was on the correct side.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but there was still politics in sports even then.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you know what though? The country though wasn't mad at him for that. They were mad at the government for that.
Well, that's
Remember now, a lot of people in this country were not
No.
in favor of the Vietnam War at all.
No, but
and then much
right.
less him
No,
having
but
to
all
go.
the racist
Yeah.
people hated him for that.
Yeah.
I actually talked to a Vietnam vet who said I respect him.
Yeah.
Because he said, I don't agree with it, and he didn't run.
He didn't run from it.
He just said,
yep. Fine, you want to lock me up,
you want
lock
to put
me
me in jail? Do it.
He stood by his,
Yeah.
And I respect that, because
Yeah.
I probably would have run.
Same thing, Jim Brown.
Yeah, another one.
Jim Brown,
Yep.
he's not
Him,
any
Bill
less
Russell,
great.
all of them.
Not
They had
any
a whole
less
group.
great.
Those
He's
three
still
guys were like the
greatest. Jim Brown's greatest running back ever.
Jim,
Could be.
there's a
In that
picture of
sentence,
him.
always talked
There's a
about.
picture of him, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, and a young Lou Alcindor, who's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in a press conference about equal rights.
But I'm saying, like,
that,
for Megan and for them, it's the same thing.
Yes.
But it's not the same thing,
Except
because
there's
the
so many
level
people-
for Jim Brown and everybody like
Well, it's
that
different. Yeah,
was way
it's-
worse,
yeah,
and the
it's way-
vitriol
Sure.
and the hatred and everything else.
I mean,
But I'm saying it's the same in principle.
But it seems like there's
Right
well,
deal.
I don't know. At the time of those things, I'll ask you this: you're the oldest one. At the time, and I know you weren't
no, but I'm a
really
history major
aware.
too.
Yeah, exactly. But at the time when like Jim Brown was real political, and these players that we were just talking
Bill Russell
about,
and Muhammad Ali, the three of them.
Okay,
They did this together a lot.
at that time, most people in the country were probably against them, right? The majority was.
What was
that
I'll tell you
we're
what,
racist
that,
and-
what they did,
Right? Is
and
that- what do
Jackie
you think?
Robinson's the other one.
I don't even know, to be honest.
These guys had
Jackie Robinson at that point,
saying-
the majority was racist.
I'm
and
saying
didn't want-
they had to break down these walls. Jackie Robinson came first, but they were continuing this ongoing
He had to take
fight.
so much
he
bullshit.
took the worst of it because he was the first one.
much bullshit.
And it was all bullshit. The thing is, those guys, that had to happen for us to, you know what I'm saying? So
to
they
start.
fought a fight that had to, they were on the right side of it all along. History
Yes.
shows this.
I'm just wondering,
there was-
what do you think? Because I'm trying to determine majority of country right now. Because if they're getting killed for doing this now, that means
I think that I don't think they listen. and I've
majority
said
of
this-
people think they're wrong.
You don't have to
politically.
agree with the person's politics, but that is not why they lost.
But I'm saying that's why. No,
That's not why they
nothing to do
lost.
with it.
And they're blaming them losing
But
on
what
that.
I'm saying is that's
which is
happened.
ridiculous.
like it.
That's
That's happened
ridiculous
for a long time.
And they're saying, "Look, I have a problem with the protesting, but there's a time. Remember this whole time and place bullshit." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And we talked about. You joked about what
about
if Kaepernick knelt on his living room floor in front of the TV? Would
nobody
anyone have
would have
known
given a shit.
or given a shit?
Right.
No. And now he can't get a job. We were talking about this the other night. But Deshaun Watson, who sexually molested 24 women, pays them off, gets out of it, and his punishment is $230 million guaranteed. That's how fucking backwards ass this country is. And I don't care what fucking side of the aisle you fucking know that's fucked up America. So don't fucking even try. Even try to fucking sit there and tell me that I'm off my rocker on this one. Because you're the one that's wrong if you have a problem with that.
Wow.
You're the one that's wrong. If you
How did
think
we get
that
to this?
Deshaun, no, but this goes into the whole fucking
it's
thing
all
about
about the soccer
this
team.
talking about the soccer team. This goes into this feeds into the
This
whole
is what
fucking
we did
thing.
the other night.
We did the other night. I'm like, you can't sit there whether you agree with it or not. You can't fucking tell me that she's off her rocker for defending the rights of all these people. But this asshole, because he can throw a football, can sexually molest 24 women and just pay them off. And what does he get? Where the fuck? This country's so fucked up. It's not even funny. Your priorities are so out of whack, and you're gonna blame her political views for that team fucking losing. You've got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. And if you can't figure that out, you're beyond help, as far as I'm concerned.
But I'm saying-
you lack common sense. Period. You can't understand.
What I will say is, like, the politics part has no part to it. But it's
No.
like, for some reason, the performance isn't there, or it's been that way for a while.
When the blame game starts.
Yeah, but I
Then
think
it
it has
goes
to
to the
do.
coach.
My thing is the coach, the style of play that we're trying to get. Like Alex Morgan's the perfect example. Of all fucking people, you try and change her role. She's been doing something for 30 years the same fucking way. Now you decide, well, you know, we're going to make you more of a playmaker, even though you're our best fucking scorer. That's fucking ridiculous. And soccer players, these people that played know this, and they're the ones calling them out on it, which tells me they're right.
They made me look ridiculous, and a man in my position
Or a woman.
cannot afford to look ridiculous.
Exactly.
What is that from?
I don't know.
That's from The Godfather. Yeah, you get the hell out of here. And you tell that guy I had no band leader. I know that story.
Oh boy.
He didn't hear the story about the horse in the bed though. He didn't know about that story.
Yeah.
Mr. Corleone insists
By the way,
on
this
bad news.
Tom Izzo P break brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Mr. Corleone insists on hearing bad news immediately.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I think
Anyway.
I got to be out here soon.
We're gonna.
Don't you dare! Not while I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be perfect.
Quick, let's end why he's not here. We're gonna end this segment without Thomas J. Izzo.
Yes.
Brought to you by Zero Sugar. That's the
The
reason.
good doctor.
Yeah.
good
Thomas
doctor.
J. is not here.
Thomas J is not here as usual. Another pee break. I mean, he's got
Yeah.
5 Dr. Peppers around him. Never mind that. Oh, you know, he didn't bring the thing of iced tea tonight.
No, he did.
He did not have that.
No
tonight,
Crystal Light.
which would explain the 4 or 5 things of Dr.
There you
Pepper.
go.
Yeah. Remember Forrest Gump when he goes about 15 Dr. and he had to go piss because he kept drinking the Dr. Peppers?
So let's hop off here before Tommy gets back.
No, if you want to go, you can go. I feel bad.
No, we'll give the fixture the piece and Tommy Izzo the piece, and
we should fake him out and say we're off the air, and then keep it on. He probably wouldn't know.
But he'll see the
He's too stoned to know.
Okay.
I'll bet you we can fool him.
All right, let's see.
I just was sure. I want to see if we can fool him. Just say, "Oh, you're back," or we shut off. What you did? But anyway, so no. I mean, the thing is though, he would have said that, and then the whole thing would have turned on that thing right there. So
we went off already.
You did come back.
Yeah, I still see it.
See, I told you.
I want to see if we come.
RJ's like, no, he won't notice. I'm like, he'll notice.
Anyway, Tom Forrest Gump Izzo taking his Dr. Pepper piss like Mr. Gump did.
Thanks for calling me Forrest Gump.
Hey, you should. I wish I'd be so lucky.
Not slow.
You saw him at Alabama. He wasn't slow at all. Remember?
I'm talking about physically.
Remember Bear Bryant saw him? Who was that? Oh, that's Forrest Gump, the Village Idiot. He's running like a fucking 10-second.
All right, so let's think. Nowadays, would that movie be okay?
I don't know.
Let's just
I don't know. Fucking, I didn't even remember the movie.
Yes, I think it would be okay.
Maddie, my daughter, is like, not okay.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's because sensitivity training just started. Fucking ridiculous. That's where I can't stand it.
It's a different perspective.
It's a
different perspective.
It's a hey, words don't matter, actions matter. Don't listen to what a person says, watch what they do. Because that tells you who the person is.
I would do.
Because we've had a lot of empty slogans out there, America. Think about it.
You do also have to listen
the person
to what they say.
It's the person that actually acts on what they say that matters. Or the one that's what it matters. Because words don't hurt unless you let them.
They can hurt.
If you let them.
Sure. But words have history.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying they only hurt if you let them. Actions speak louder than words.
But
that's a cliche for a reason.
But she was actually talking about more than just like words and. I know, dude. I was asking the question honestly.
Anyway, Megan Rapinoe's political views are not the reason
she was talking about
representation lost. You want to blame the coach, and maybe Rapinoe shouldn't have been on this team from a talent perspective. Okay, that's fair. Because a lot of people were saying that too. I put it more on the coach and the style of play, and that seems the one thing that keeps coming from every expert who was soccer.
And don't laugh when you miss the PK, but okay.
Well, 3 people missed.
Yeah.
And to his point, Tom brought this up in the last show. She subbed out for Alex Morgan, who's a better penalty.
But not the end of the world either.
No, but Alex Morgan should have been there with the season
laugh
line
isn't like,
having a penalty kick.
The laugh isn't like...
And he brought that up, and he was right about that, because they brought that up too.
You guys are both making different points at the same time.
The laugh isn't the worst thing. No. I mean, it's bad, but it's not the worst thing.
Anyway, we're going to sign off for tonight. The redoubtable one, the highly questionable one. The fixtures got to get home. We will see you Sunday night. We'll recap the preseason games at that point and see if anything's moved on the needle there. We'll also update the Phillies and the Red Sox because there are 2 teams that are still alive.
We can update the Mets too.
If he wants to.
They got 4 games against the Braves this weekend. We'll see how bad they get there.
I hope they win them all. Y'all
are not catching the Braves.
I'm not saying we are. I'm just
Tampa's
saying.
In trouble. They lost McClanahan for the year.
This could be the Hulk Hogan leg drop here. This could be they talk about the splat.
We need them to continue to splat. They took 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. It actually hurts us.
Get embarrassed.
Why?
So because of how much money they spent, how far over the cap they were, if they are high, if they finish like better than the 6th pick in the draft, if they're like 7th from the bottom, they'll pick 17th. They drop 10 spots.
They got to finish in the bottom 6.
If they're in the bottom 6, they keep their pick. So you're playing
for the bottom.
Yeah, but they just literally
are supposed to be tanking. And of course not.
But it was nice to beat the Cubs.
Of course they're not tanking now when
now when there's no pressure and nothing means
truly anything. Might be cursed. If they somehow sweep the Braves, that's not going to happen. But if they sweep the Braves, I'm convinced you're cursed. If they fucking sweep the Braves, I'm convinced you're fucking cursed.
So you're right. If that happens, you're right.
If that happens, you are fucking cursed. There's no way.
Should I make the hardest call at the hardest moment here?
I would be surprised if they won 2. If they split, I'd be surprised.
They're not going to be. They're not going to beat.
They're going to get swept.
Yeah.
4 straight? I don't think so.
No, they'll win one.
I think they'll win one.
Not by choice.
Senga. Okay, so Senga will pitch, and then it's basically me and you.
Always seems to stomp them out
when it matters.
Crush their hearts.
But see, it doesn't matter.
I know.
That's why. Who knows?
We'll see you Sunday Night America. Until enjoy the football, enjoy the baseball. Except for him. And we'll see you guys then. The redoubtable one, the highly questionable one, the fixture. Remember, boys and girls, don't be Aaron.
Stay loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey.